just told, and I come from the Open Society Foundations, which is a global philanthropy, and for now I'm living in Budapest, Hungary, but shortly moving to Johannesburg. And I will not repeat the list of acknowledgements that Kevin Arama just gave, number one, because that would be a serious challenge for me, since I am not a regular here. But I would like to echo his recognition of those colleagues and individuals from the university and the university community and outside the university community who are here. One thing that I would do that Kevin didn't do, and I'm sure that this is because he's African and I'm not African, but I would apologize to all of you for being late this morning. I'm very sorry. The plane came in late from Lagos, and that's the reason. I won't speak at length here because I am here as a facilitator. I appreciate Kevin's acknowledgement of the process which I did lead, but the process which I didn't dictate. And that process was a process of consulting with Africans across the continent to try to carve out a niche for the Open Society Foundations in the important work that it wants to do to support Africans in their efforts at universities to build climate change adaptation capacity. I spent the last 17 years of my life working in other parts of the world, not in Africa. And I used to say when I would go to meetings, whether at universities or ministries of education or civil society organizations, and I would say it in a nice way, in a diplomatic way, but in essence what I was saying is, if your country weren't so screwed up, I wouldn't have a job. And that's not what I'm saying in my new role here in Africa. And I think that for me, professionally, personally, is very rewarding, because it's not that we're here to fix a problem that was created here. It's not that we're here and we face unsurmountable challenges. It's that we're here and I have a job because there are good partners on the ground who know how to do good work. And there is an enormous challenge which must be faced immediately, in a timely fashion, in a thorough fashion, in a new way, through new approaches that we don't even necessarily know how to talk about yet, because we're discovering the way forward as we work together and as university academics come together to design new approaches to teaching, to research, to outreach that will help the universities prepare the societies in Africa to adapt to this challenge of climate change. And so it's a different hat in terms of the geography, and it's a different approach for the Open Society Foundations, but it's a very welcome one. I would just say, following on Kevin, that the reason why we're here is that we have to do a lot of work, and we have to do a lot of work quickly. And the Open Society Foundations and its higher education programming globally has always taken a long-term perspective. And I think that you need the long-term perspective when you work in education, because it's a long-term approach. And I would say that also in education, whether it's pre-primary education or all the way through to higher education, if you don't have a long-term objective or perspective, you won't be able to affect and achieve the kind of change that we need to see in the organization of teaching and learning and outreach. And so I'm here to express the Open Society Foundation's commitment to the emerging work here at the University of Nigeria, and to express a commitment to a partnership that will last a number of years. You will hear in the presentation of the project later this morning that we're looking at an initial 3-year period, but we have every expectation and the vision behind the whole program to build climate change adaptation capacity is one that extends much beyond 3 years. So if we all do good work, then we'll be seeing each other regularly, and the Open Society will be delighted to contribute to the efforts that are underway here to make the University of Nigeria Nigeria's leading center, university center, working on climate change adaptation issues. It's every expectation that the University of Nigeria, as it develops its new program, will serve as a model also for other Nigerian universities, but also and importantly for other universities in Africa. Kevin mentioned that we have 6 partners right now, and they're in with East Africa, Southern Africa, and West Africa. That network of partners will continue to expand, but the crucial work is starting now, or actually has already started here, and the work that's being done will inform the Open Society Foundations and the partners as we roll out the program more broadly in Africa. So I'm here to say that yes, there's work to be done, and we're committed to the University of Nigeria, but our expectations are more than just meeting certain goals within this institution. Our expectations extend way beyond the University of Nigeria, but center the University of Nigeria in an effort that will also try to launch similar programs at other universities. So thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here. This is my 3rd trip to Nigeria, and I'm already looking forward to the next one. And I look forward to the discussions today.